What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Too Wifey podcast. I'm your host, Respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast, we talk all about dating, relationships in this modern day. So with that being said, I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I had saw this video that was circulating online on TikTok and everyone posting their opinions. It went viral. It was a clip from Lovers and Friends, the podcast with Shan and Jazzy Brown, I think her name is. And I wanted to put my input because there's parts of that video clip that I thought were something that a lot of women needed to hear, because the art of submission, I truly believe that it is in a lost art at this point in time, because a lot of women are taking on that very masculine feel and a lot of men are taking on the very feminine energy. So I think this is a really huge topic right now in our dating culture, and I wanted to get into it because there was so many parts of that video that kind of made me sad. And I think there's a difference between being submissive and then really disregarding your own needs and wants. So with that being said, let's get into the episode. But before we get into the episode, if you could please hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you'll never miss another episode. Also, if you're on Spotify, if you could leave a rating, that would really help me in the long run. So I really appreciate the people that have already done so. Thank you so much. Also, another point that I wanted to add before getting into this video is this is not a shade video. I am not posting any negative content at all. I think both women are very respectable, very beautiful inside and out. So this is not a shade video, but just my opinion. The whole Lovers and Friends podcast episode is on the art of submission and how Jazzy treats her men, how she loves them, how she's submissive with them, how she only dates alpha men. And I think it's really important to touch upon, because although she has a lot of really good points, there are some points that I feel like aren't exactly, we'll just say that they're red flags. The whole reason I wanted to make this video really was because I feel like a lot of what was said can be taken out of context, especially when you're only looking at short clips. And especially for the women who are relating to Jazzy and the way that, hey, I give love that way. I'm such a lover. I think that submission is so important. But the thing is this, if you're not submitting to the right man and you're in a toxic relationship and you're taking this advice, that's what they didn't touch upon, is that if you are in a toxic relationship and maybe you don't even realize it, that advice is going to keep you in a toxic relationship.
You know, I just wanted love all my life. So when I wasn't finding the love, or I wasn't getting the love that I wanted, I decided to just give it. And I've been known to love people back to health. And sometimes it's very draining, but my love is my superpower. And I used to hate that about myself. But now it's like, I'm just embracing it. Like, that's who I am. Like, if I love you, I can heal you.
I want to first start off by saying I completely and fully understand where she's coming from, because I used to be the girl who was wanting to fix, to help, to solve any problem that my significant other was facing, because I had a savior complex, which stems from a codependency background, and it is a toxic trait that needs to be healed. This is not submissive. You have a savior complex, which is when you are obsessed with helping others, making personal sacrifices in order to keep another person happy. And we'll understand a little bit more in the next clip of what I mean about sacrificing your own needs.
I don't even want to say what's going on with me, because again, I know how to deal with me and my pain. You know, I'll cry in the shower and keep it moving, you know. But in the art of submission for me, because I can't speak for everybody, is being joyful about it, you know, that want of, and I think not even just a want, the power of knowing that you have the power to make someone's day better. And that's a choice, and easier. Yes, better and easier. This is a choice that you have to make. I always make the choice to do it.
I really felt sad after this clip. And because I kept remembering my past relationships that I've been in. On one hand, I completely agree with the sense that if you're in a relationship, you should want to make that person's life easier. You should want to do the extra things that will make this person happier and more joyful. You should be their sense of peace. However, I don't agree with the fact that you feel like you should hide your emotions in order to make someone else's life easier, in order to avoid them feeling negative about you, in order to save their own emotions. Because if you're in a partnership, you should feel like you have the right to speak up about what you need and what you want and how you're feeling. And if that person does not respond well to your emotions and how you're feeling, or they dismiss how you're feeling, is that really someone that you want to be with? Is that really someone that's going to bring you happiness? Do you feel actually safe in that relationship? Or is it that you want love so bad and you want to be loved so bad that you're scared to express your own needs, wants, and emotions to your partner because you're scared of their reactions? You're scared of how they're going to receive that information. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever been in this situation, because I definitely have, the most lonely and depressing feeling is feeling like you're in a relationship and you're giving so much, and then feeling that loneliness of like, I don't know how to express or where to express my emotions. And crying yourself to sleep every night, crying to yourself in the shower is just not gonna help.
To some, it could be enabling. You know, and someone told me one time, they're like, you're enabling him. And I told him how that made me feel. And he was like, of course they're going to say that. They don't have nobody doing that for them.
How did it make you feel?
It made me feel like maybe I am. But at the same time, that's my love. So if you don't understand it, you know, I'm not loving on you for you to get it.
I am slightly on board with this one. However, I 100% think that it has to be the right partner. Like, you have got to have a partner that's willing to do that back for you, simply for the fact that my past relationship gave so much. Like, I really went the extra mile for everything for him. And it was not reciprocated. And although you should be giving and not expecting anything in return, here's where the problem lays. When it wasn't reciprocated or appreciated at that, he definitely took advantage. And I almost feel at some points he didn't break up with me because I was making his life easier. Like, I was giving him everything that he could possibly want. Like, why go anywhere else? He's getting everything. Although it was not a happy relationship for either of us, why not stay? Because he's comfortable. I'm doing everything for him. And, you know, why not stay? If I was him and getting all the benefits, 100% I would stay. I am not by any means saying that this is Jazzy's relationship, because I don't know the dynamic of her relationship. I am only speaking on my behalf in my past experiences. In my past experiences, I would say that if you're experiencing a similar situation with your loved one or your partner in life, really take a look at how they make you feel, how they treat you. Is the love that you're showing them appreciative? Is the love that you're showing reciprocated in the way that you want them to reciprocate? Because if it's not, like, why be with them? Just because you're loving, and I think where a lot of people get caught up is they love so hard and they love these people so much, especially women, that like they love them so much and they're willing to do everything for these men. It's like, just make sure when you are giving all that you got that it's someone who deserves it. Because if it's not, your love would be so much more appreciative elsewhere.
And now it's like women are really in their bag where they're like, I have my own business. I'm doing this. I don't need a man for nothing. Like, basically, like, can I be frank? Like, I don't need a nigga for shit. I don't, you know, and I can say those words, but I want one. So my brain wants to understand the exchange here. Because and this could be, it's not, no, you're doing great. But because I told you, I'm going to ask a bunch of stupid questions. Yeah. Because this dynamic, I think, like, my relationship with my partner is very egalitarian. Like, we're equals. Like, I don't ever feel like I'm giving for the sake of giving, and I'm not receiving for the sake of receiving. I'm receiving being like, well, I deserve this, and I'm giving being like, you deserve this. So there's that exchange happening.
So you speak on, you're like, you tell him the things that you need?
Yeah.
And the things that you feel like you deserve, you'll say that?
100%.
How will you say that?
I need you to step up in these areas. I need to not worry about this. I need to be able to take my brain off this thing. I need more affection. I need more love. If we're going to be sexual, here's the things that I need to, like, feel more sexual. And in return, I invite that. Like, so we have a lot of conversations.
How does he receive it well?
I think everybody has a problem with being told that they're not doing enough, because we always go to, like, well, I'm already doing X, Y, and Z.
I want to touch upon the last part of that video clip first. I 100% agree that you should be able to effectively communicate with your partner your wants, needs, desires, emotions. However, where a lot of women fuck up at is constantly demanding and constantly telling men everything that they're doing wrong. This is what is going to make them hate you and resent you. I think a lot of women forget to applaud and acknowledge and praise men for everything that they do right. And in return, those men will continue doing those things because all they really want is to be known and seen and appreciated for what they're doing. And I think that's why Jazzy is so afraid of expressing her own emotions. Let me break it down for you. Men are very simple. They will go where they feel wanted and appreciated for what they're doing for women. The people who are like, I don't want no man, I'm super hyper independent, and I don't need a man to support for me, he is not going to take well to that because he wants to be the provider. As a high value man, he wants to be a provider. He wants to do things for you. And if it's not appreciated because you could do it yourself, then he's going to move on to someone who is more feminine, who shows that appreciation, who shows him the softer side, because men like women based on how they make them feel. And if you're making him feel worthless, like he can't provide, he can't do anything for you because you got it on your own, he's going to move on to someone else that's going to make him feel much better about himself. So keep that in mind, my Miss Independent bitches, because I've been there. Be cautious and wary about the energy that you're giving off. That is it on this piece. I didn't want to make this too long, but if you have not done so already, even though I said it in the beginning, please hit the subscribe. Please leave a rating, comment. I want to know what your thoughts are on this topic because I feel like it's very controversial and a lot of people have had mixed emotions about it. I feel like a lot of men are leaning towards the, oh my God, she's so wifey. Of course, right? Because they all want to just be mothered by these women. And then on the flip side is women who are either really hyper independent, like saying, fuck this submissiveness. We're women now. It's 2022. So I want to know what side you're on. And leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts are about my opinion. I'm open. Just be respectful. All right? That's it. Bye. I'll see you next Tuesday.